Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's installment of the Bar Talk. This is your girl, Londie. I'm back on my network full-time or whatever I feel like doing shows. Peace and blessings to everybody that's tuned in tonight. Tonight is a special and unorthodox show for me. I got a few announcements, but I'm going to announce right now I got my co-host for the night on deck. And that's Focus. Focus out of VA. That's my people. So he's going to swing it with me tonight. But tonight's guest is URL staff member, Streetstarnorbe. All right, this interview for me is important, and I'm going to say why it's important. But before I get into that, I'm going to just say this. All right, Focus, I'm going to bring you on, all right? And I'm going to just speak my piece real quick. I'm going to just say this. You know, I started the Bar Talk 2.5 years ago, you know what I'm saying, on my own women, my own, you know what I'm saying, and I've carried myself, still running, still doing shows. I've had all the greats on my show, and I love and appreciate everybody who's ever been a guest on my show, who's given me their time when they didn't have to, you know what I'm saying, just to look out and support a female out here that loves to do this, you know what I'm saying. Now, as media, because I consider myself to be media because I do radio, you know what I'm saying. I'm not a blogger, you know what I'm saying. I don't shoot interviews and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just you know what I'm saying? I'm just somebody who loves this and lives this. You understand what I'm saying? So in regards to that, as media, because, you know, everybody out here that's technically doing these shows, you know what I'm saying, radio shows and blogs and stuff like that, don't have no media credentials. You know what I'm saying? We just label ourselves battle rap media or media when it comes to hip-hop and as far as this realm. Now, as one thing about media, regardless of what it is that you feel personally about something, you know what I'm saying, as media, your responsibility is to be partial and fair. So, you know what I'm saying, I brought my show back on my network because I'm out here talking about how niggas is unfair and biased and irresponsible when they lose shows and shit like that, and I don't want that moniker. I've never had it, and I'm not going to start now. So I can't be on my platform talking about one particular league or one particular person in a bad way and don't give them any time to shine. This interview is important to me because Norbs is people's. Two, you know what I'm saying, you know, you have to be fair and partial. Simple. And I don't give a fuck who don't like it. You understand what I'm saying? You know, loyalty, like I tweeted earlier, loyalty is a word that people use more than a defeat bar. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, I play chess, not checkers. I'm grown. And you know what? I've been stopped seeing loyalty, so at the end of the day, I'm just going to ride, and I'm going to interview who the fuck I want to interview. Simple as that. No hard feelings, no nothing. So on that note, Streetstarnorbe is my guest, and it's an honor to have him on because this is the first interview I've had with a URL staff member. I've had other league owners. Shout out to all the other league owners that have come on and graced the Bar Talk with their presence. Tonight is the first night that I've had a URL staff member on my show, so this interview was important to me. So now, I'm going to bring on All right. I'm going to bring on, okay, I got Norbs on right now. I'm bringing him on now. Hello.
Hey, what's up, girl? What's up, baby?
Greetings, King. Thank you so much for gracing your presence on my show. It's an honor. You know how we do. I'm going to just get into it. Let me make this announcement real quick before I get into it with Norbs. The announcement I wanted to make is that last year I was on a show out in Cali. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast that fucked with me and on the Big Bang, but we had big numbers out there, and I'm bringing back my partner, Kev Battle, as my permanent co-host on the Bar Talk. Kev, say what up to the people.
Yo, what's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin'? What's good,
All right.
What's good?
All right,
Everybody
Kev,
doing
welcome back. All right. Kev is my family. All right. Right. All right, so Norbs, what's going on, King? How are you this evening?
I'm good, I'm Gucci, man. Just came from the South, just doing a little recruiting and stuff, and now I'm back over here. You know what I mean? Just chilling right now, talking to y'all. I'm kicking it with y'all. What's up, though?
Right, and I appreciate that very much so. So, you know, being that you're my, you know what I'm saying, this is your first time on my show, there's questions I know that I ask that are just, you know what I'm saying, as far as just the, you know, like I'm going to call them core questions that I ask my guests on there. So the first question I want to ask you is, when did you fall in love with hip-hop, your influences, and just music, period?
Shit, I'm talking about probably like, I'm gonna say like 92 actually, or 93. Like when it had to be big, man. Like when I first bought, the Ready to Die album, and then he dropped the One More Chance remix. That's when I was just like, man, this dude is ill. And then from then on, I just kind of the Wu-Tang era was cool, but I was more of a Biggie, Redman fan. So like, it was really them cats, to be honest with you. And I loved it ever since then. Like like people think hip hop is music. Hip hop is actually more of a culture or a movement with various things going on at once. So I'm gonna have to say that, and when it comes to sports and stuff like that, so that's really what brought me to it. So I'm gonna have to say Notorious B.I.G. when I first bought his album, to be honest with you.
Okay, right. So being that you're from Brooklyn, where did you grow up, and did hip hop play a major part in that?
It's crazy. I grew up in one of the most racist neighborhoods ever, man. I grew up in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. And I ended up moving up to like Central Park later. So, I went to school with Coney Island, and that's basically where I grew up. But it was a strong hip hop influence. Like even the white boys was on it. You know what I mean? I remember going to play ball in the park and kids coming with radios and he was blasting Hot 97 and Bobito tapes and all types of shit. So this shit was crazy, man. Like it's way different than it was now, man.
Right. I totally agree. Just being from, New York City, it's, the mecca of just, hip hop and then, just the stages, the elements of it. You know what I'm saying? We being, a lot of people being from different parts, the 5 boroughs I'm going to talk about, because, I'm from one of the 5 boroughs, It seems so different, but in all aspects, it kind of is the same. A lot of people, 6 degrees, wind up being the same influences. So, all right, I'm going to ask you this. This is an unorthodox question. What hip-hop albums would you say are the soundtrack to your life right now?
Well, my favorite record of all time, I'm going to say, is Juicy from B.I.G. That's my favorite record of all time. Like, just, like, the inspirational shit and what he's talking about. And, a lot of our lives revolve around that timeline and what he's talking about. But the song that relates to me most, honestly, is Holy Grail with Hov and Justin Timberlake. And then the reason is, if you listen to that song, it's really about how you love what you do, right? Like, I love what I do with the battle shit. Like, I live it, I eat it, I breathe it, everything. But you feel underappreciated. You feel like you got fans bootlegging your shit. You got fans loving you one minute, hating you the other minute. And that's basically what that song is a strong representation of. And I really relate to that song. So I really love that song, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of people don't know what it means, but that's really what it is. And it's so crazy because my life isn't private. Everybody's always involved in it. So it's a song that really explains a lot of what I go through on a daily basis. So I'm going to say Holy Grail, to be honest with you.
Okay. Okay, I'm a Kev. We're gonna piggyback. Kev, you got something you want?
No, yeah, man. First off, shout out my man Norb, man. West Coast, we got love for y'all, man. We do this battle shit as much as y'all do. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get it all over. And one of the things I want to know is, how do you feel about, where you at with your career and like, where do you see yourself going? Maybe I'll say 3 years from now. Because in battle rap, I think the speed is, is rapid. You know what I'm saying? So progression in different directions are so quick to, pick and choose. Where do you feel like, you headed next? And what is that you working on?
I mean, like, when it comes to Smack URL, like, we're always, I think, one step away from just being out of here. So, honestly, I just want to, just do what I love the rest of my life. Travel the world, throw events all over the place, do things that people want to see, and continue to grow this culture that we created. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. Like I said, I want to date Rihanna, so I'm really trying to make that happen. So I'm dead on that, man. Although I got a new little crush, man. She's bad. What's her name? She a boxer. Like, she's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, she is bad, bro. So you know.
That's what's up, man.
I see myself, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
Fo?
Yo.
Yo, shop.
I'm good. What up, Noah? What's good with you, man?
I'm all right, man. Just trying to find me a baby mother, you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm cool. What's up with you, brother?
I'm cool, man. I had a couple questions for you, bro.
All right, man. Shoot, what's up?
Well, I was wondering, what did you feel like was your best event? Like, artist-wise, low stress, flow, crowd, revenue, all of that. And what's the one that needed the most improvement?
My favorite event, oh man, honestly, I like throwing. The last event I threw was Perfect Day to Die. Like, I did like a small room type joint. I mixed some PG dudes with some females and everything else. I really liked that event because it kind of brought me back to what made me fall in love with what we're doing. So, like, it kind of brings it back to when Math battled Verb and Hitman battled Cortez. It gave me that feel. And it kind of inspired this program that I created, which is me and my team created, which is the Born Legacy series, which is going to be the first installment of it, or second installment, but really the first one being launched now this Sunday. And I'm gonna say that one, to be honest with you. In terms of the events that need improvement, it's more about artist-wise. To be honest with you, it's like the big events. I feel like a lot of these so-called vets or big names or whatever you want to call them just haven't been performing up to par. So I think it's got to be an influx of more new talent and people that actually want to be there, as opposed to people that feel like they're owed to be there, as opposed to actually wanting to be there. So I would actually say any of the big events that we do throw, I think they all need improvement, to be honest with you.
Okay. I mean, well, what you saying that kind of leads straight into this then, since you said that. Like, do you feel like, the different crowds, like as far as regions, do you think it's a bigger impact during the battle because of the crowds and the regions, or do you think it's more to the MC to control that?
It's more to the MC. Like I said, everybody complains about this New York biased crowd, but most of the MCs that we put out there ain't even from New York. Like, like Av, if you look at the last battle with Av battle Mike P's actually the New Yorker. And Av can control the crowd. So I think a lot of people use that as an excuse when they're not performing as well. Although sometimes the crowd can be disruptive, and we have to do a better job of dealing with that. But I really don't, man. Like, I haven't been to the West Coast yet with an event of our own. I've seen other, I've been to other events, but to be honest, I think it's more TNC, man. Like, if you're performing, if you nice, they're gonna fuck with you. It is what it is. If you spit some garbage, they're gonna fuck with you. But I look forward to getting to the West Coast and doing my event, because I'm actually putting an event together now in the West Coast, man. So I'm really looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to be out there in LA, man. Either LA, Vegas, or Oakland. So I'm actually weighing my options now.
There we go, man. Shout out North Oakland.
Yeah, that's what I'm from my Oakland Bay Area.
Come to Oakland, man. Come to Oakland. We waiting.
I'm gonna have to call the big homie what's his name? E40, man. I gotta make sure we good, man. That's the big homie. I gotta call that nigga, man, and let him know what we doing, man.
That's what's up.
All right, well, I got another question. What made you choose to become, a scouter and recruiter of talent for URL? Experience, music-wise too.
I didn't choose to become it. Like, it kind of like, because a lot of people mistaken, they think I'm a scout or whatever. Like, I'm actually an owner. I'm actually a partner in the situation. But when we formed the company, it was formed in a way where everybody's strengths were at the forefront. So, like, when Smack called me, actually Beasley called me and made me the offer, they was kind of like, well, we're kind of out of touch with the battle scene. And in my head, I'm like, what you mean out of touch, man? Y'all had Murder Mook, Jay Mills, y'all had so many classics. And they were like, well, we don't really know these guys. We don't really, know who's who. And you seem like you got your finger on the pulse of this shit. So that's when I started to create the roster. A lot of people thought it was like after. No, it's just from the inception, the beginning of URL. Like from the first event, I put the first event together, literally, because Smack and Bees didn't know these guys. So like literally, like I started recruiting from day one. I tried to get Hitman for the first event. Like everybody you see that's popping right now, I put them on. Even from with Disaster, a lot of people know like Disaster was actually supposed to be on the first Smack card. I was trying to get him a Battlehead Ice. So like, it wasn't something that I chose. It was something that they seen would be would benefit everyone. So that's kind of how we came together with it. To be honest with
you. Right. Okay, so I have another question, and it's crazy how when you, like I said, this for me this interview is important because it's, like I said, it's the first staff member from URL that I've had on. So it's a lot of things that that the fans and myself don't know about as far as back end stuff. Nothing nothing too deep, but just things like what you just mentioned in regards to first events and stuff. Because I've been going to events since when Voodoo Lounge Santos, Webster Hall.
Yes.
So,
Thanks.
Of course. Yes. So let me ask you this question. This is weird. It's not weird. What battles were you in attendance for that gave you, like, the butterflies? I was just watching last week Young Cannon versus B Magic in Detroit, and then Clean Paper and Tay Rock, and just to see how you was reacting, how, what battles were you in attendance for?
I was a shit. Everything that happened,
and Clean Paper
the Clean Paper joint was dope. And it's crazy. I try to stay off the camera because I don't want people to see my reactions, but I just happened to be wigging at that point. But the Loaded Lux battle was incredible for me for the simple fact that this is the first time Loaded Lux, he came back and his performance was to me iconic. And just to really see him do what he does, it was something that I'll remember the rest of my life. To be honest with you, like it was incredible. So I'm gonna say the Lux and Calico battle, and also one other battle, the Hitman and Aver battle. I thought Aver that was the best Aver I've ever seen. It was just he was on another level, man. Like, I can't even explain how crazy he was. So I'm gonna say those two battles to be front and center at those two battles and to witness possibly the probably the greatest performance and probably the best matchup in Midwest history was clearly like the highlights of my battle career, to be honest with you.
Okay, so how do you feel about the state of battle rap now in regards to compared to I'm gonna throw some years out. For me, the golden years of battle rap for me as a fan, and an insider were 2008 to 2012. After the Calico and Lux battle for me, battle rap kind of changed like real quick.
You know why? You know why? Because the McDowells of battle rap. All these so-called leagues, man. Like I'm keeping real. Like I call them McDowells because it's like. A lot of people are like, well, we just want to see battles, but y'all don't see the people robbing us and robbing the culture. Like, I see people throwing our events and putting their names on it. And when I say McDowell's, if you ever seen Coming to America, right? Yeah. McDowell's was a knockoff of McDonald's, and what they did was they took the entire McDonald's menu and turned it into theirs. And that's what these battle leagues do. So I have no respect for them, to be honest.
Okay, let me piggyback off of that. I've heard that term cherry picker. Cherry pick. Elaborate on that because, when we build, you kind of put it more into perspective in regards to the term cherry pick or what you meant by it. So can you elaborate a little bit about that?
I mean, you see it everywhere. Every time you see a new league or quote-unquote league, it's like they take credit for throwing our events for us. Like I've seen events all over the country that are basically our events, and they name them, and it's crazy, and they sit there and take credit like, man, I threw the best event this year. No, nigga, you threw the best smack event this year. And to put it into perspective for people is, if somebody went and put Pat Stay versus Sharon and I can't name 10 guys on that fucking roster, to be honest with you, and took like a whole like hollow hand versus this guy, people would say, hey, they're throwing a King of the Dot card. But nobody wants to see those guys. So everybody goes and just throws the smack cards, and that shit is annoying. And I think the fact of the matter is, when we was coming up, everybody was fucking with us because of that. But everybody sees us as successful, so what do? You try to mimic successful. And they throw our cards for us. And I think it watered down a lot of brands like the JCs and a lot of these guys that started chasing what I like to call nigga pennies. And it watered a lot of these people's brands, and people aren't doing it like us, but they're trying to. And I think that's what messed up battle rap, you know what I'm saying? And because a lot of these guys are now taking 7 battles in an 8-week span and not focusing on an opponent that's out there to kill them. So a lot of these guys are just not hungry anymore because, you know, because of these fucking leagues that are just paying ridiculous amounts of money and just ruining what we built. But that's why, you know, we've taken measures to counter that. And, you know, we just need to continue to grow. Like, even this Sunday's event is going to be crazy. Crazy. Like, if you're in New York, Brooklyn Bear, make sure in the building, I promise you're going to have a good time. Because we're trying to take it back to the essence of what we do. You know what I mean? But when you guys support these McDowell's battle leagues, you're the one hurting the culture. To be honest with you.
Okay. But don't you think that it's enough wave, or I'm not gonna say wave, enough lane for you know, everybody to, you know, do what it is they feel they do it, or is it something in particular that you have a pet peeve about, like you mentioned in regards to you know what I'm saying, taking, you know what I'm saying, your battlers and throwing an event? Because in my opinion, I think that
it's like,
you know, the money, for me, the money changed shit, in my opinion, as a fan. You know what I'm saying?
The money changed it. I know what you're saying. The money changed it. But the McDowells of battle rap ruined a lot of it. Because if you really look at it, like, a lot of these guys have been oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? Reused. And people don't understand it. It's a problem. It's not about, like, it's a difference when, if somebody, I give credit where credit is due, and there's people that are trying to build up their brand from the ground up by being original and actually saying, you know what, I'm going to build my brand through these various artists, as opposed to just taking what Smack has done and putting my name over it. It's a big difference, and that's what fucks up everything. It fucks up momentum. It confuses the consumer. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us support, especially the urban community, we love robbing each other, to be honest with you. There's a reason why country music still goes platinum, but hip-hop doesn't. Because fans of hip-hop don't want to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't support each other, and that's the problem. We'd rather take from each other's pockets and basically come at each other and support us. And that's the problem with our communities, to be honest with you. And what we do, and it's fucking irritating. And it's true. If you look up the numbers, country music is still going platinum. Like, it's fucking crazy. Hip-hop is the only one that's really suffering. You know.
So what do you feel? So how do you feel about? I'm gonna just say this. I feel that, you know what I'm saying, in regards to the money, and this is with just with the majority, that, you know, the money, you know, they, a lot of you know what I'm saying, battlers are getting, you know what I'm saying, certain amounts of money, and say I'm just throwing numbers out. I don't know if these ain't exact numbers. Say $5,000 for a battle, but then you getting $1,000, $500 performance. And, you know, the hunger is not there anymore. You know?
Because, it's not there again, and I'm going to bring up the McDowells again. Because the McDowells of battle rap don't understand how it operates. So you then go and overpay somebody. So say, for instance, I know what a battle's actually worth and what it's going to bring in. And in terms of ticket-wise, I can do that because I've experienced. The McDowells of battle rap, they're just like, well, I'm going to pay you way more. And I'm thinking, if I sell 100 tickets at $700, if I sell $100 tickets at $700, that's almost $100,000, I'll get my money back. And I was sitting there looking at these idiots like, no, stupid. What you do is you get these niggas to become high-priced bums and them not care about anything anymore. And they get overpriced and they don't care. And then they start chasing checks. That's why in the NBA, the NFL, you know, they don't allow these guys to go anywhere else because of the, you know, protecting their brand. You know what I'm saying? But if you allow, you don't think Tom Brady wants to go get money everywhere else? If he could, he would. But you have to keep that within the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I think money has affected it, but money's always going to have a negative or positive effect on somebody, depending on the individual. But if an individual is allowed to just continue to go get money everywhere, it's going to ruin his craft because he can't focus on his craft anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many great athletes or whatever that, that actually continue to work hard, and it's the same thing with rappers. A lot of rappers forget to work hard. They forgot what got them there, and that's the problem.
Right. I agree with that when it comes to hip hop. Kev,
you know.
Oh.
Yo, no, go ahead, Lon. I'm in there tuned in. Noah's talking that shit we want to hear, man. You know what I mean? He clearing up the air as far as stereotypes and you know different shit inside battle rap. So because I'm a fan before anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to sit on the same track, you know, on the same page as everybody else. I think it's a lot of politics involved and like a lot of people not getting back to the basics of the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's no fun in the sport no more. You know what I mean? So
and it's
I definitely feel like. Go ahead,
it's because when you see it too much, it gets boring and it sucks. That's why if you notice, the guys that are under contract are the most anticipated to drop because you don't get to see them as much. You know what I'm saying? When the saga drops, people are excited. Like, oh, shit, saga's dropping a battle. Whether it be a jazz or chess. You don't get to see those guys frequently. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people are excited. You know, and then, like, I watched an interview the other day with Tsunami Surf that really upset me. And he stated in the interview, like, you know, I don't care because they're still going to book me for big cards. And that hurt me because it's like, damn, bro, like, there's a lot of people that look up to you. There's a lot of rappers, a lot of kids. You know what I mean? And you just basically stated that they're going to go spend $100 to see you perform, and you're not going to give your best because why? They're going to book you regardless. And I think that's what's wrong with the game. A lot of these fans have to start actually holding these people accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these guys, you know, some of them don't care. Some of them don't care anymore. And it sucks. And that's why, even with the Born Legacy series, if you notice in that card, people are excited about it. And there's no real vet names on there. I'm tired of this shit. I don't care to book these guys anymore. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to bring an A+ performance, if you're not going to be competitive, stay home. Period. Why do you think Rick Ross Vets 2 was so successful? Our first one was so successful because those guys did not want to lose to a rookie. We have to continue to bring competition back. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was saying that's exactly what I was about to ask you about. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I follow like your interviews, you know, what you do, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of your movement, you know,
appreciate
you yourself. Yeah, definitely. You made a good point. You was really excited about the whole Rookies versus Vets card. You know, you was really excited about it. I remember it in the interview. And I think, you know, you and Verb, y'all had an interview about it, and I think that interview was classic because it really had so much hype for the fans. It had hype for the battlers because no battler wanted to get smoked by no new dude, and no new dude wanted to miss his shot with the Vets. So my question to you is, what exactly how do you feel about that card and the event after it was done? And what's up with a Rookies versus Vets 2, and what are possible matches you might want to see up there?
Oh, man, like, building up to that card was so dope because the rookies were excited, and the Vets were actually more excited than anybody because they didn't want to lose. So, like, it was basically mission accomplished. It was like, these motherfuckers, you put them in battle against each other, they're going to sit there, slap each other on the ass, they're going to pull back, they don't care. But yet, when we threw chess out there, like, think about it. Think about this for a second. Before Shotgun Suge battled the Saga, nobody cared. Think about that for a second. Nobody cared. Before DNA battled Chess, people didn't really want to see DNA no more. It brought out the best in these guys. When they battled these young cats, now Shotgun Suge is a headliner. DNA's on top of his A game. You know what I'm saying? So if you really think about it, it brings back something. And put it this way, the Saga's battle with Shotgun Suge was bigger for Shotgun Suge than when Shotgun Suge battled Clips. Is that not ironic? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. Mm-hmm. So you gotta change the mentality of the game. A lot of these guys are like, oh, well, if I battle a vet, it's cool. No, nigga, people want to see competitive battles. You know what I mean? Like, that's why people love to see Chess, because Chess is not gonna go there and be your friend. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with, you know, like, nobody wants to see that. As much as people are hating on Prep is one of the most competitive dudes out there. You know what I mean? And think about it. What was Chilla Jones' biggest battle this year? It was Prep. Ironically, he battled Head Ice, I think. He battled a few other people, but his biggest battle was Prep. And that's what people don't understand. You got to be competitive. People don't want to see the whole. Even K-Shine. K-Shine was falling off until he battled Wavy. These are all battles up on that card. So, you know, I'm excited for Rookies and Vets too. And like I said, Born Legacy this Sunday is going to determine who really is going to be on that card. I mean, I know Adam and Mike P, you know, they're pretty much on the card. I'm working on Myverse. Hopefully Myverse and Miss Hustle goes down on Rookies and Vets too. But there's so many matchups that can be done. I love Jerry West. I'd like to see Jerry West for somebody. I don't know who. I'd like to see Tink the Demon versus Shotgun Suge. I think that's crazy. Depending on how Bangs does on Sunday, Bangs versus DNA. A lot of people are like, who the hell's Bangs? Bangs is one of the best freestyles I've seen. He's phenomenal. So there's so many dope matches that can be made. You know what I mean? And I love Rookies vs. Vets. I think it's the best of the best. Like, I love it more than any other battles of the year. I can't wait to do Rookies versus Sophomores. When we do that, it's gonna be crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy how you had these events that you know, reoccur. You know, like, you know, you got the Gnome, you got Summer Madness, Rookies versus Vets. You know, basically it's pretty much like the SummerSlam / Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. It kind of patterns the same thing. You know, those are reoccurring events in, you know, the wrestling world. So like a good thing, a good question for you, since you brought that up. Like, did you know that these events would do this when you first did them? Like when you had the Hollow versus Goods at Gnome 1, you know, and all that. Did you know that they was going to continue like that, or did it just kind of happen?
You know what's crazy? Like, I believe in foreseeing stuff. If you see it happening, it'll happen. And you know, people are going to be like, "Oh, you're buggy," and I do. Like, even with the series that we had for this Sunday, the Born Legacy, like, I thought about this like in November, like September, around there, and like, and I predicted the excitement. Even with Rookies vs. Vets, people were looking at me like, you know, even like my staff was like, "Yo, you think it's gonna be crazy?" I'm like, "It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be." But if you think about it, we kind of underestimated it because we did it at the Gramercy, and I kept telling Smack and Bees and Cheetah, like, bro, people are gonna go crazy for it. We sold out with like a month to go. So, like, you know, sometimes we underestimate, you know, what it is, and that's why I said, like, being less reliant on vets is so much better than it. We're so much bigger than that. Especially we're the only ones that come with a fresh influx of talent every year. Fresh influx of talent. So, you know, when it comes to the staple events, you know, the summer madnesses and the Gnomes, and now the Rookies Vets 2, and you know, now we got the series, because the Born Legacy is a series. We're gonna do multiple Born Legacies down here. Like, it's just dope. And I'm working on other staples. So, you know, we basically predicted. I believe it. When you see it, you make it happen, man. And you know, we're very good at knowing what's gonna do well and what's not. So, you know, hell yeah, man. You know, I pay attention to everything, man.
And as you should. That's what's up.
Appreciate that, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, I have a question in regards to just how can I put it? Okay, I'm coming at these questions as a fan as well as an insider. Like I just mentioned, real quick sneak peek. I said that I felt that the first Gnome was the best Gnome. In regards to just your main events. What was your favorite? I'm not saying in regards to. Okay, I'm gonna say Gnome out of the Gnome or Summer Madness series. Which was your favorite of the two?
Gnome or Summer Madness? Wow. I know for Summer Madness 2 was crazy, just for like what it meant to what we're doing. But I think it was Gnome 1 that you said.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Goods was crazy.
Yeah.
It just kind of set up like, yo, Smack is here to stay, and they're gonna continue to grow, and that whole car was crazy. But you know what's crazy? That car was crazy, but it was also a smaller room, and then the room just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So the Gnome series had its pluses. The Summer Madness has its pluses. Like Summer Madness is like WrestleMania, and like SummerSlam is like Gnome is like SummerSlam. It's kind of like that. So, it's crazy. But I would have to say Gnome 1 and Summer Madness 2.
Yeah. Gnome and Summer Madness 2. Mm-hmm. Okay, Kev, you mad quiet. I know you listening. We listening. No, this interview is very important to me. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all can ask whatever y'all want, man. I'm cool. I'm with it.
Cool. No, I mean, shit, when you talking real shit and real ears listen. So it's just like,
Right, I feel you. Mm-hmm.
What as far as, monumental events and, like, how it affect the culture, like, my question to you is, how do you guys, like, if you're an innovator or imitator, like your slogan is, like, why do you be so upset as far as people infringing off what you do? Because once the Michael Jordan or something, everybody want that fadeaway. Everybody wants that championship. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But you got to look at it like this. All right. Like everybody wants to have a successful sneaker. But it's like Michael Jordan's sneakers are successful because they're Jordans. Now, if I put my face as the Jordan logo and just sell his sneakers, is it the same product? You know what I mean? It's called stealing. It's literally stealing. And where's the creativity? And that's what upsets me. You know what I mean? You steal from you're quick to steal from us. You know what I'm saying? For your own people. And that's what bothers me. It hurts me. Because I work so hard. Like a lot of people like, oh, battle rap ain't my life. You know what, nigga? It's my life. It is my life. So I take it personal.
Right.
When people steal from me. And then there's people that smile in your face, show up to your events. And guess what? Now they're owners throwing your events for you. That's offensive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I can't be fake. I can't sit there and be like, hey, man, it's okay. You know what I mean? I don't tolerate it. I let people know what it is. You know, and of course, of course you should strive to be the best at what you do. I'm not saying that. I support that. But, do what you do. Don't sell my product, sell yours. And that's all it is when it comes to me, man. Like, because me, Smack, Beasley, Chico, we've worked extremely hard. Walked out of many events without $1 in our pockets. Walked out of events losing money. You know what I'm saying? For you to support a bunch of McDowells. You know what I mean? People don't take that into consideration, but it hurts. It really genuinely hurts. To see people support.
So how do you feel about support? Support all facets of it. That's something I do. But in regards to just that, how do you feel about people saying in regards to just people saying that y'all block battles? And looking at it from an emotional point, of an emotional aspect, instead of looking at it as business. Situation, a better business situation.
First and foremost, I can only block what I own.
Talk that shit.
Simple. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'm just telling you, you can't have what I'm putting out there. It's like, you know,
right.
like, dog, like, I'm putting the money behind this product for you to be to. Why is it that it's okay for you to reap off of my hard work? You know what I mean? Like even with like the T-Top situation. T-Top been around for a long time. Until he got smacked, he wasn't T-Top. And to see other people try to benefit off of the fact that we put him out there, and now he's a star, it makes you look at niggas like, bro, you could have booked him a long time ago. But why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue to block. I'm call me Matumbo. You know what I'm saying? Call me Matumbo. Because if you book somebody that's under contract, I'm blocking it. I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
how you feel?
Since we on this topic, we ain't gonna even, you know what I mean? This the bar dog Londie, keep it 100 with whatever she do. That's how we get down. Fuck it, we gonna put it out there for y'all that don't know or haven't heard the interview. It's an interview that's out there that's, you know, a couple days old, maybe a week old. Hitman Holla on Angry Fan Radio, you know what I'm saying? And the whole situation with the blocking of the battles and what's going on and what's not business. Can you kind of chime in to that and let the people know or kind of clear up what's going on with that? Because, you know, he painted a picture like everything is personal, like y'all don't like him. And, you know, from the sounds of Norbs right now, the business, man, it don't sound like that. It's about, you know what I mean?
To me, I got a lot of love for Hitman. Like, I care about Hitman. I hope he does well in his career and all that. But business is business, period. Like, I'm tired of people reaping the benefits off of our hard work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, I spoke to Hitman. I told him, man, I got mad love for you, bro. But business is business. It is what it is. You feel me?
Right.
And I just felt as if, you know, he did what he did because he was bitter that he wasn't on a card. And you know, and I think a lot of people, you know, they want to see the almighty URL fall, and a lot of these artists take that route, not necessarily just Hitman. I've seen multiple artists take that route and claim victim and do this and do that. And I think it's whack. You feel me?
Right.
But, you know, when it comes to Hitman, it's a little deeper. Like, we've known Hitman for years, and we kind of know that he flies off the handle. But to see people try to put us in a spot like, no, man, like, why y'all doing this or why y'all doing that? Nigga, it's a simple answer. It's called business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know what I'm gonna do? One of my favorite albums of all time is The Blueprint. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna rap all his lyrics and put it out and call it my own. Simple. You know what I mean? And that's what people don't understand. Like, I didn't hear any of the interviews. I didn't care to. I don't listen to Angry Fans Radio Show. To be honest with you.
Right.
I like people. You know, I like people that are subjective and you know, keep it real. Like, if I'm an asshole, call me an asshole.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know,
like,
and just being, you know, like I said, you know, as far as me, while the time is winding down, you know, just my little last thing, and then we'll get your last chime in, Norbs, real quick. You know, like I said, this interview was important to me because you're the first URL staff member that I've had on air, and two, you know, I be talking crazy shit about niggas out here doing shows that don't report responsibly or being biased about it. I got my bias when it comes to who my favorite battle rapper is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, I can't be calling myself media and then don't be fair, you know what I'm saying, and get, you know what I'm saying, everybody's side, or at least they take on what's happening. So I appreciate you so much for coming on my show and you know what I'm saying, and giving your part. So we're going to wind it up now, Foe. Kev is my partner, my permanent co-host on the bar. Foe, thank you for calling in tonight. Norbs, you are a king. Thank you very much. And must continue success with you around. Everybody, the interview will be up on the YouTube channel shortly. And shout out to everybody that supports me as a female in this battle rap shit and just in this realm period, because the bar, like I said, I'm drifting off into different things. I got a lot of big things happening. So, you know, but I want to thank all the greats that have ever been on my show. And I got my 100th episode coming shortly. Like, there's nobody out here who could say they got 100 episodes, you know what I'm saying, from a female doing this. So, once again, Norb, thank you so much for calling in and giving a wonderful, articulate, responsible interview. And, Kev, we on deck, you know what I'm saying. Next show is Thursday. We on deck, folks. Thank you so much. And
Okay.
everybody have a great evening.
Thank you.